4 reasons quitting marijuana is so hard. Number 1 is it's not like other drugs, as in it's not as harmful. Now, of course, marijuana, as we know, the reason why you're coming to this channel is because you're suffering from it. And we know personally that it can be harmful if abused and not used properly, you could say. However, in comparison to like alcohol, heroin, meth, anything like really serious like that, there's not immediate consequences, right? Like I could smoke, I could go drive, I could go to the grocery store, I could go to the gym even and be okay. If I were to get drunk and go to the gym, that would be a total disaster. So in that sense, it makes it a little harder to quit because there's not as much at stake. And that's something I really had to come to terms with, is that, okay, if I want to quit marijuana, if I want to get free from this, I'm going to have to accept that there's going to be an element to work through where I don't actually feel motivated, and I'm gonna have to just kind of plow through it and grit through those first few days, months, weeks of getting sober. The second reason that quitting marijuana is so difficult is that the ritual of smoking itself is addicting. This is what I learned, that the main reason I liked smoking so much was everything that went around it. The packing of the bowl, the grinding of the weed, the just the thought of it, like, you know, anticipation building. That was almost more addicting than when the smoking itself. As soon as I smoked, I was like, oh, it's over. And this is played out with other addictions. For example, with drinking, the excitement of going to a party, of getting ready, of texting friends, like, hey, where are we meeting tonight? That was almost more exciting than actually getting to the party and being like, all right, well, we're here. Game over, let's just get f***ed up now. So once I was able to recognize that, okay, it's the whole ritual around smoking that's so appealing, what I found is that, and what I started doing was implementing other activities, other hobbies, other things to interrupt that pattern of the ritualistic cycle that I was going through. And in that sense, I was like, okay, again, I really don't want to smoke. It's more just like everything that goes around it. The third reason quitting marijuana is so difficult is because everybody does it. Now, of course, this is an exaggeration. Not everyone smokes weed. What I've noticed is that marijuana is becoming more and more accepted, more and more mainstream, almost like alcohol, right? I find it almost very rare when I meet someone who doesn't drink, especially like in a party town or whatever. It's just so accepted in the culture. And marijuana is starting to become like that too, where it's not so stigmatized, it's not demonized anymore. Obviously, as we know, like people used to go to jail for having an ounce of weed on them. Now you can go to the store and buy an ounce of weed. You can buy a pound of weed if you want. Actually, I don't know if you can buy a pound of weed, but you can go to the store, you can get weed, etc. So in that sense, it's a lot more accepted. And because of that, there can be almost this feeling of being left out, that FOMO that comes with quitting marijuana, especially if you have friends that are smoking weed and a lot of the community around you is into marijuana. It can be very difficult to be that oddball out and starting to break out of those patterns. And most often, what I found too is that the friends I was with that were smoking, my smoking buddies, didn't really understand it. They're like, why are you doing this? And so it was really important to be like, okay, I gotta A, surround myself with new people, and 2, accept the loss and the grief that's going to come with letting these friendships go, and moving on and finding new friendships, ones that are more beneficial and helpful to me in my new mission of being sober from marijuana. So the final thing that makes quitting marijuana so hard is that it's easy. It's easy to sit down, cozy up in a blanket, you know, turn on the TV. You don't gotta move really, besides like your hands, and just chill out and smoke weed. I mean, I can't lie, it was very relaxing. And because of that, it wasn't like, you know, with like a liquor store, I had to get up, get off the couch, go to the, you know, liquor store, get a case of beer or whatever, carry it down the road. With marijuana, I could just sit down. I didn't have to move. I could be as lazy as I wanted to. And because of that, I think that was a big reason why it was difficult to quit marijuana. And so I see a lot of comments that are like, yeah, I'm finding it really hard to quit marijuana. I've been smoking for X amount of time. And I wanted to make this video to kind of address some of those folks and let you know that, yeah, it's very difficult and you're not wrong. It takes a lot of discipline, willpower, strength, help from the universe, and kind of just that willingness to just step into the unknown and go for it. So I hear you, I'm here for you. You can get sober 100% from marijuana. It's gonna take some work, but keep coming back to these videos, keep coming back to this channel, and you'll get it. Also connect with the people that are in the comment section. A lot of people have gotten clean, they're on the path, and it's really inspiring to hear. So if you got value from this video, like, comment, subscribe, and talk to you in the next one. Peace.